You're listening to the AstroMommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the AstroMommy community. I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. If you would like to support the AstroMommy newsletter, there are several ways to do so. Subscribe on Substack, share it with a friend, schedule a reading, check out my family's Etsy shop, Metaphysical Flamingo, or just leave a tip. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. Big ideas, thoughts, and conversations come back to Earth. Mercury squares Jupiter and then enters Capricorn. Daily horoscope for Monday and Tuesday, December 5th through the 6th, 2022. Good morning, friends. Our holiday sale continues until December 12th, 2022 in the family Etsy shop. Select items are 20% off and there is free shipping on select items as well. Some items even have both amazing deals. You can show your support and help the Etsy algorithm by liking the shop. Every like helps a lot. If you see something you'd like made custom, reach out to me, either here or on Etsy to place a custom order. We love making unique designs and would be happy to work with you. Thank you so much for supporting our small family business this holiday season. I feel so inspired this morning. I have been researching the upcoming full moon in Gemini on Wednesday and also the very interesting phenomenon of the lunar occultation of Mars on that full moon. A lunar occultation is when the moon will pass in front of a planet and block that planet from our view. On Wednesday, during the full moon, the moon will conjoin Mars and the zodiac and a few minutes later block out Mars from view. This phenomenon won't be visible everywhere on the planet, but here is a link to the website inthesky.org where you can see if you will be able to view Mars disappear behind the moon or not. For most of the United States, minus the southeastern region, this event will be visible. I will talk more about this on Wednesdays and Thursdays horoscope, but for now, let's get into the astrology. Monday, December 5th, 2022. On Monday, the moon is in Taurus and will make a few aspects. First, she will make a semi-square with Jupiter at around 8 a.m. Eastern Time. This could be represented by a desire to get something done, maybe a big project that you've been thinking about, but you have to wait until you have enough time in order to get it started right, or be able to actually finish it. The moon will conjoin Uranus in Taurus at about 1 p.m. Eastern Time, so this could symbolize having a breakthrough of some kind that is beneficial to you in some way, or helps those around you that are in your charge. The moon is exalted in Taurus, and so I feel that this conjunction with Uranus is mostly harmonious and beneficial, a metaphorical shaking of the tree to liberate some fruit that you can eat, so to speak. By the later evening, around 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the moon will make a square to Saturn in Aquarius. This transit will challenge the moon and may cause some loneliness, feelings of isolation, or feeling like you need to rein in your resources and take count of them. Since the square is of the nature of Mars and Mars represents action, this transit could also result in people taking action toward being more responsible with their resources and energy. Let's move on to the card for the day. What is the guidance for Monday? 9 of Cups, reversed. On this card, we see a jolly, plump man wearing a red cap with a feathery plume. Behind him is a structure draped in blue cloth and supporting 9 goblets. The 9 of Cups in the upright position is the wish card and represents having your wish fulfilled and feeling an overabundance of happiness and joy. In the reverse position, it could signify feeling frustrated because your wish has not been granted yet, or having everything you've ever wanted but still feeling empty in some way. Maybe you have the material possessions fit for kings and queens, but you lack the emotional relationships that make life worth living. Or maybe you've been looking outside yourself for happiness when you should be looking within. As Marcus Aurelius said, quote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking," unquote. The 9 of Cups reverse helps us remember to count our blessings and practice a state of gratitude. It also reminds us to pay attention to our health and not overindulge in consumables or be too loose with our resources. Tuesday, December 6, 2022. On Tuesday, the moon, having gone through the first 2 decans of Taurus already, the first 2 divisions of 10 degrees, will make her way through the last 10 degrees of Taurus and then ingress into the sign of Gemini in the afternoon. During her jaunt through the last 10 degrees of Taurus, she will make a sextile to Neptune at 1:36 a.m. Eastern Time. This is obviously when most people will be asleep, and so I feel that this transit, being a positive and harmonious one, may produce some nice dreams. I just stumbled upon an interesting video on YouTube about dreaming and some new scientific research that is emerging around dreaming called The Dreaming Mind, Waking the Mysteries of Sleep. One of the fascinating discoveries that one of the scientists on the panel said that they have come across is that people can communicate during lucid dreaming. They conducted a study where the dreaming participants were actually able to compute math problems while in a lucid dream. I find this fascinating, and I find it equally as fascinating that this video came to my attention right after Neptune station direct. After the moon makes her sextile to Neptune, she makes a trine to Pluto in Capricorn at 10:30 a.m., so by this time, we should all be awake and sharing our dreams. Moon trine Pluto may reveal something deep within the unconscious that is brought to the surface, but rather than being frightened away by this excavation, the trine aspect means that we will welcome this deep introspection and may feel a sense of joy from it. Sounds like it's going to be a great dream. The moon then makes her ingress into Gemini at 3:48 p.m. Eastern Time and doesn't make any aspects with any other planets until tomorrow. She is not void of course during this time because she will make aspects to other planets before she ingresses into Cancer on Friday. But for the rest of Tuesday, she is just waxing, building up her light in preparation for the full moon on Wednesday evening at 11:07 p.m. Eastern Time, and her subsequent occultation of Mars, which we will talk about in the Wednesday-Thursday horoscope. On Tuesday, Mercury perfects a square to Jupiter in the wee hours of the morning at 2:04 a.m., and then Mercury ingresses into the sign of Capricorn at 5:07 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday evening. Mercury in Sagittarius square Jupiter in Pisces could represent some sort of negligence coming to light that creates tension or an altercation. The square is of the nature of Mars and usually means a conflict, strife, or tension around some matter. Mercury represents communications, paperwork, the exchange of money, and traveling. Jupiter represents expansion, wealth, abundance, the big picture, and foreign travel. The two in a square aspect to one another can symbolize an overindulgence in something, overspending, or traveling too much. So there could be the feeling that you're burnt out in some respect by doing too much of something, or maybe you've had a really long, expansive conversation that left you feeling overwhelmed. Mercury in Sagittarius likes to have expansive big picture talks, for it is hard for Mercury in the detriment of Sagittarius to focus too much on the nitty-gritty details of it all. It is much more fun to be swept away in the story or the fantasy of the adventure. But sometimes too much is too much, and this aspect could definitely be signaling that. Mercury makes his ingress into the cardinal sign of Capricorn at 5:07 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a much better place, traditionally speaking, for Mercury to be, as he will no longer be in his detriment and peregrine for the last 10 degrees of Sagittarius, and therefore he gains some essential dignity as soon as he leaves Sagittarius. Mercury in Capricorn will inspire us all to think in a more logical, wise manner. We become careful planners and thinkers when Mercury is in Capricorn. We gravitate towards authoritative knowledge and expertise. We want to mentally climb the mountain of success like the mountain goat expertly scales the summits of the world. So we could feel a switch from expansive, colorful conversations to more practical, down-to-earth ones as Mercury shifts into Capricorn. Let's move on to the card for the day. What is the guidance for Tuesday? Three of Wands reversed. On this card, we see a man in robes wearing a helmet, holding a sprouted wand with two more standing around him. The man's back is turned away from us, and he is looking out toward the distant mountains. In the upright position, the Three of Wands is representing something in your life that is underway, and the journey has just begun. The man is ready to travel, and he can see what lies ahead of him. He can see what parts of the terrain will be easy and which parts will be more challenging, and plan accordingly. There are many opportunities, and he is ready to accept one, or maybe already has. In the reverse position, it represents that there are many opportunities available, but you are choosing to stay close to home and not venture out into the unknown. Maybe you already went on an adventure and it didn't go according to plan, and so there could be feelings of disappointment, frustration, and irritation. The Three of Wands is a reminder that whatever setbacks or delays we may be experiencing right now, they are part of the journey, part of our personal development and growth. As Frank Herbert wrote in his novel Dune, quote, "The mystery of life isn't a problem to solve, but a reality to experience," unquote. I would love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment or join the new chat and let us know what you think there. I hope this is helpful. Until Wednesday, AstroMommy.
Thank you for listening or reading the Daily Horoscope. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. Today's card was pulled from the Morgan-Greer Deck, available on Amazon. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a small commission, but there are no additional costs to you. I don't share or recommend things that I don't 100% believe in and use myself. Thanks for listening.